So I know I'm a little late on this game. Everybody pretty much already played it who was interested in playing it, but I want to kind of take a different perspective of Space Marine 2 as someone who doesn't know the Warhammer lore, never really played a Warhammer game like at all, have no idea about the universe, but just wanted a fun run and gun game to play in a world where everything seems to be Souls like or open world or action RPG. It was nice to just kind of give a game a try that is just a run and gun game. So I'm a little late on this video because I'm a little late to the game, to be honest with you. So Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2, how does it stack up with the modern landscape of gaming? Like gaming where I'm talking about, like everything sort of seems to be like a reskin of the previous type of game that's out today. So again, I went in not knowing anything about the lore, but I have to tell you, I just finished the game like 5 minutes ago, so my thoughts are really fresh. It took me about 5 days playing like maybe an hour or two a day, so it was a roughly about like an 8 to 9 hour experience, and I had a lot of fun playing this game. I mean, I skipped most, if not all, the cutscenes because I don't really care about the lore. I just know that I am a massive giant tank, like this military operative. I don't know if I'm like a general, whatever. Like I said, I don't know anything about the lore. I skipped the cutscenes, but I'm the character Titus, and basically, it's a three-person action shooting game. It reminds me a lot of Gears of War. Basically what I would like Gears of War to kind of go back into. What really sells this game and reason why I highly recommend this game to people is because of the gameplay. The gameplay is absolutely fun. Just being a massive tank running through, just completely just running down enemies with bullets, and then you have like a chainsaw sword, and you have all kinds of like this warhammer at one point, and you can just maul down enemies. It's absolutely fun to just kind of go through and just run and gun and just devastate the enemy, and that's something I think that games are really missing today. Like I said, everything seems to be the same, either walking talking simulator or action like open world RPG or Souls like, and it's just like, man, I want an old school game, something that feels old, like something from the 360 era. And Space Marine 1 was on the Xbox 360. So to get a Space Marine 2 and for them to stay with the same type of gameplay mechanics, that's really refreshing for someone like me. I'm an old school gamer and I'm tired of playing a game that's going to take me 15 to 20 hours to complete. I finished God of War Ragnarok on PC about 2 weeks ago before I started Space Marine, and Lollipop Chainsaw Repop and Space Marine 2 in less time than it took to go through God of War Ragnarok, which was a 30-hour experience, a game that should not have been that long. It was extremely padding, and that's another thing with the gaming industry is so many of these games have so much padding for no purpose. Like, hey, we're gonna go around and collect fruit for some reason for 2 hours while characters just talk in the background. So many games today have that padding to make the game longer so they can justify the price tag. And at the end of the day, I really just want a game to play for fun. I want to turn my mind off. I don't care about the story. I don't care about the history of Titus and the Space Marines and whatnot. I don't care about the Warhammer universe. Give me a fun game that I can jump on with my friends and play. That's really all I care. Space Marine 2 delivered that. Like, there are some things in this game that is just mind blowing. Like, a lot of this stuff reminds me of like Gears of War, and then you have like the Alien movie franchise where you just see herds of these monsters that kind of like xenomorphs. There was one part in the game where you just see like tons and tons, thousands upon thousands of aliens just swarming you, and there's so many different things going on screen, yet the gameplay is still so smooth, and it's awesome. You can choose to run and gun, you can choose to like kind of hide, shoot behind cover a little bit. My favorite thing to do is just run, gun, and just slice them up with my sword. Is so satisfying. You can do executions on soldiers and alien beings. The boss fights are fun. Like, everything about this game screams old school fun. something that a lot of games are missing today. A lot of games are missing that old school fun. Yeah, you can have these like great performances like God of War and all this stuff, but where's the fun? I can honestly tell you, I played through 30 hours of God of War Ragnarok. I would not use the word fun in any of that. I would not say fun. Like Lollipop Chainsaw Repop, I had fun. It was fun, right? Space Marine 2, it was fun. God of War Ragnarok, it's a good game if you want to talk about how the game was developed, how the game looked, how the story developed, all that. Yes, God of War Ragnarok, by that standards, is a well put together good game, but I would not say it's fun by any means. I would never touch it again. I would not touch it with a 10-foot pole. Space Marine 2, I would have no problem recommending to anybody. Like, I would get on the phone with my friends, like, hey, bro, you need to check out Space Marine 2. Like, if you like games from the 360 PS3 era, this is the game for you. Like, if you want games that you can just sit back, have a drink with your friends, mow down enemies, and just have fun with all the craziness on screen, Space Marine 2 is that game in 2024. That is the game to play. When so many other games are just focused on like these giant epics, like whether it be Wukong or God of War Ragnarok or Spider-Man 2 or any of these other games, when so many of these other games are just constantly redoing the same sort of thing, and you know once you start it, you're in for the long haul, man, it's very refreshing knowing that there's games like Space Marine 2 that can still exist in today's market. And I hope it shows developers and these other companies and these shareholders that you can make these small games that are still fun and you can still make money off it. I think that's something that the gaming industry is sadly very much missing today. But anyway, that's my super late thought on Space Marine 2. Absolutely loved the game playing through it. Like I said, not the biggest fan with the lore, so I don't know the lore. You can't sit there and like quiz me. Like I know my main character name is Titus. Other than that, I'm just this giant blue tech tank that's just running through things, but absolutely had a blast playing the game. And this is the game that I have no problem highly recommending for you to pick up. If it's a little pricey, then wait for it to go on sale. But I personally think like 60 bucks, this game is definitely worth that price tag. Doesn't matter if you're playing on PlayStation, Xbox, PC, doesn't matter. I highly recommend you play this game. And if you have one or two friends that can jump online, it's even better. So that's just my thoughts on it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please do me a favor, smash that thumbs up and subscribe. And until next time, as always, I'm Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.